We return to the province of Skyrim, now with the tablet to the Labyrinthian in hand. Now, between the two videos, I did say I was going to gear us up, but I think we'll be plenty strong enough for this next dungeon at least, and we'll bump ourselves up a tier after that. That's not to say, though, we don't have cool new equipment, and in fact, there's some fairly interesting stuff going on right now. Let's take stock of the loot we got, which I've already kind of done. So I've basically cleared my inventory out of anything that we grabbed that wasn't that good. Now, most of the time in the Fortress of Ice, we were just collecting like amulets and stuff, most of which were rubbish. So we've got the armor we have equipped written in gold. We've got a spare buckler plus longsword, and I just kind of feel good about this longsword, so I'm still keeping it for some reason. We have the Elven War Axe of Endurance, and it's either Elven or Mithril that we need to kill certain enemies. I can't remember which. We got the Longbow of Passwall. By the way, escaping, which I did between two videos, was really easy. I didn't fight a single enemy. I walked in reverse direction through the second floor, where everything was already dead. And then when I came out through the stairwell, I just passwalled once on the right, and I was at the entrance of the dungeon. Like, I'm not joking, that was it. So, pretty good. We've got the Braces of Ice Storm, which has this cool ice spell, but, you know, a lot of stuff's going to be ice resistant here. And then, what do we have? Well, the ring, the bracelet, and the belt that we already had equipped. We found this thing, a torque, so I'm going to equip that. Now, the torque will be able to activate in some way, so that'll appear on our use list. We can play with that later. And then, there was this amulet. So, the amulet we've been wearing the whole way through the game is this. It says -2 to AR, and we never identified it, right? But it's pretty good, because we'd be at -9 everywhere, and then when we equip it, we go to -11. Well, check it out. This new amulet that we picked up in there takes us to -13. So, neither of them are identified, but this one's clearly some kind of a tier higher. So, very nice. And, in fact, let's meaningfully identify that now at the Mages Guild. So, we also have potions, which I need to stock up on some new ones. I did buy 30 regular potions of healing here. Right, this should be pretty good. 6 free action should be enough for us. 13 disease, 7 resist cold. Anything we could need, we're going to be clear on potions, so I've done that. And you'll notice as well, in terms of like quest items, if you will, I think these do take slots in our regular inventory, so they kind of are annoying because they mean you get less item space. But we get a tablet piece. It says it can't be equipped, but if I right-click it, we just get this generic dialogue that says this item is needed to complete your quest, see your logbook, right? So it's not like you get to read the tablet or anything like that, and still just the staff piece that we collected before. We are on the precipice of our second one, though, which is pretty nice. Now, the Mages Guild I'm in right now is not the Winterhold one, don't worry. So I haven't triggered any dialogue or anything, but this guy did sell something kind of cool, which I want to show you. So first of all, amulet, and what we want to do is identify the one we're wearing, which was the second on the list, so I'm going to try that. I can tell you it's magical, but it costs 300 gold, sure. All right, it's identified. And let's identify that torque as well while we're at it, shall we? It will cost us 1,900 gold. It's okay. It's not a big deal. You see, this is the thing. I want to show off the mechanics, so we'll show off the mechanics. We'll see what those are in a second, but what I want to do now is come to his magic items. This is another one of those, coincidentally, I mean, I didn't plan this. This is just a little town that I came to, and you're going to see it's a really interesting, weird one. And this is another one of the guilds that only has 3 items. But what I'm interested in is this mark of... I thought it was a crystal of light, to be honest. But I'm interested in this mark of light. It's pretty cheap, 1,300 gold. We'll haggle it down to just 1k, hopefully. Yeah, he'll do that. He's pretty happy. If you give me 1,075... No. Look, 1,000. Alright, fine, 1,037. I really like the haggle feature. I've done it a lot off screen, you know. And if you're kind of sloppy with very quick maths, like me, and I suppose most people are, you do sometimes surprise yourself. You try to haggle something and they instantly say yes, and you're like, oh man, maybe I should have gone lower. And do you know what? That's the exact real life experience you have. It is exactly how that feels. Not that I've done much haggling, but if you go to certain places on holiday, you get to like go to a souk and you can sort of barter with people. It's really good. It's crazy how primitive the system is, but how well it mimics real life. And I'm surprised I've never played another game that does a system like this. Really. All the other bartering systems later, I feel like are a bit of a step back. Maybe it's just because this one's a bit clunky or something. Especially if you think about like a console controller entering the numbers. I don't know. Anyway, I really like it. I feel like big PC games like MMOs should do stuff like that anyway. Alright, so a Mark of Light is pretty nice. Let's look at what we've got here, and then we'll head on over. We'll head outside. I want to show you the outside for a second. We get the Mark of Light. Now, what this will do is illuminate our surroundings, and we never had a mark equipped. So I get another spell now, basically, right? My spells come from my equipment. This next dungeon we'll be doing lots of these. Now, it was a Talk of Luck that we've got. Pretty good, so that's increasing our luck. And the amulet is an adamantium amulet. That's what we just collected. And that's why it's so good. It's because it's a very, very, very high tier. Adamantium's not bad at all. So, pretty good. And then we just have this one spare amulet, which, can we sell to the Mages Guild? I guess maybe we can't. Or can we? Sell magic item? I think I only had buy on the list. In any case, we can deal with that later. I'm pretty happy. By the way, some guilds have these special doors on the side, and if you try to enter them, it will just say, this door should remain closed at all times. Now, there are rooms back there, but I think it's kind of a bad idea to go in. You might find some random bit of treasure or whatnot in there. If I'm not wanting to irritate people and steal and thieve and stuff, it's not going to be nice. All right, so where in the world are we, you might be wondering? We are at Hellarken Creek, which is possibly some random like wilderness area in one of the later games. And it's a really interesting town. If you hit up Skyrim here, you'll see it's just the one closest to Fortress of Ice and still near Winterhold. But we're really up north, right? We're in some remote north places. And the weather as I'm here happens to have been really foggy. Can you see this? And it's snowing. So visibility in this town is awful. It's really, really, really challenging to see and get around. And as I'm wandering here, you'll see... we see a couple of people, but I've traveled long distances, like look at this, in this town, and you don't see people often. I mean, I feel like I'm seeing a lot more than I was before all of a sudden. But they're kind of rare to come across. There's so many equipment shops there. That's pretty cool. That's like they're downtown. Like, I really felt like I was in a super remote, look at this. Remote, like, was it even day? I didn't know. And I was just desperately trying to find someone to ask for decorations for the destination of the Mages Guild. And I just couldn't figure out, wow, the mist just lifted. Jesus, we just saw, oh God, and it's night now, I guess. Wow, I've never seen the weather change in the middle of running around either. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it was just a very creepy, cool experience being here. And I kind of just wanted to show it off. The other weird thing about this town, you know, is when I looked at the map, I saw a massive building. And I was like, that's got to be the Mages Guild, surely. But I was totally mistaken. Where is it? It was like some huge courtyard. There's the guild there. This building here. Do you know what this massive building is? It's just a pub. It's just an inn. And I was like, this is the fanciest place ever, but I didn't go inside. I stayed out in the chill and the frost. So anyway, there you have it. Let's go up to Winterhold. Now, there's something I want to do as we explore. Of course, we've come to Skyrim here. We see the new music and some of these new NPCs around and stuff and how they dress. But we have kind of missed a bit of the real lore, if you will. So I want to do two things here. First of all, we've arrived at Winterhold, and they say, let travelers find warmth within our walls, let challengers find us worthy. That's like their motto. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save over Talon and the Mages Guild. And what we're going to do is hit new game. All right, don't worry. We're not actually going to start a new game. But we're going to hit start new game. We're going to hit escape to skip the cutscene. We're going to select a class, maybe an acrobat. All right, doesn't really matter. And we'll call this the Nord, okay? So Nord is the race, we'll go female, that hails from Skyrim. And so if we click this, we'll get a little bit of information about them. So this is a Nord. Know ye this, thy race is strong as the northern winds, which sweep through icy glaciers. The Arctic climb has hardened thy folk for life's cruel and bitter hand. So that's a little bit of like flavor text you get, a little bit of lore that you get. About the Nords in-game from creating them. And then, in fact, in the manual, which we can swap over to here, you'll see they say this, that Nords hail from the province of Skyrim. They are tall and fair-skinned people who are strong, willful, and hardy. It's rumored that growing in their Arctic environment has inured them to their effects, for which they seem to shrug off all but the coldest of attacks. I love that word, inured. Nords take half damage from cold-based attacks, and on successful saving throw, take no damage from cold-based attack. They're excellent in all arts concerning the blade and the shield. So that's a little bit how the Nords function in the game, and that's the idea of them. They say that they're strong and they're hardy. I always kind of mistake the Nords for being big, like really tall and stuff, but I'm sure that's just because of another franchise I play over in Guild Wars. They're a Norn that are very big. But yeah, they're stocky, hardy people, and well, they don't really explain much more than that in Arena, but there you go, you're up to date with basically what it is to be a Nord. I think there was a little bit of other information. When I was asking, I was looking for the Ogma Infinium. Fine, wait, hold on, can I just, yeah, I can save stats. By the way, there's a quick way of rolling by just spamming escape like this, right? When I was looking for the Ogma Infinium and I was asking around in Skyrim for it, I kept getting a rumor where people were saying that they thought that their leader was... and by the way, we got a nice mountainy background there as well. They kept saying that they thought their leader was an imposter. I don't know whether that's just specific to the province of Skyrim and that one town I happened to be in. Or maybe it's something a little bit different and it's everywhere, but the joke is, you know, the emperor is the imposter and people think that it's their various jarls and barons and, you know, specific people in charge of the little city-states that are the ones that are imposters. So, hey, who knows? We get these beautiful little hedge mazes covered in snow. Love it. Oh, man. You know, I've been playing so much of this and immersing myself in this kind of, like, visual style. I'm starting to find it really immersive. Is anyone else getting that? You guys have come along for most of it. I mean, I don't cut out too much. Right, anyway, we want to go to the Mages Guild. Hello to you. Who are you? Greetings. I am Meta Moranson, an innkeeper. I run several inns in the city-state with my partner. Lovely. So you're very wealthy, are you? Well, look, I just want to know where the Mages Guild is. I'm pretty sure it's north of here. It'd be cool if she actually owned one of them. Like, owned one of them. And if I asked her about that inn, she gave me a discount or something. Now, that's a fancy building on our right. I just gestured my head and tilted towards it, but it's not really going to mean anything. So, north. Was this the Mages Guild? I think this might have been it. So, we'll just try and go up. We'll head left down the eastern road at the end of these hedges, and then we'll see whether we can just sort of bumble our way towards it. And yeah, we're just going to hand in the tablet. There's nothing much more going on there. Find the Labyrinthian and try to get in. Yeah, nice. That is the Mages Guild. Beautiful. On a dark, cool day like today, those who devote their lives to the mystical sciences are at their busiest. Outside, people look into the sky and view this coming winter with dread. All in the Mages Guild are as active with mystic energy as they might be on any day, including the books and relics that line the shelves. Oh, never run out of dialogue for me, Arena. Never run out, please. I had hoped and prayed for your safe return. I see you were successful. Your deeds will be sung among the tales of heroes. Look at that. He's talking about singing our deeds like some great big Nord hero. He's a Nord of the Mages Guild, you know. We're going to use our imagination a bit because I know he looks like an old man like everyone else, but, you know. If you will wait a moment, I will give you what I promised. Thelen fits the piece into a larger tablet, then reads what is written. He gestures for your map. With a feather pen, he inscribes the location of the Labyrinthian, somewhere in the Skyrim province, onto your map. Last time you magicked it onto my map, now you just draw it. So maybe you want to be more precise here. So by the way, I keep getting thrown off by these dialogue clips. I'm used to like screen directions or whatever. Narration to be like demarked by asterisks or whatever. Arena demarks it with that ... the ellipse, which is just not doing it for me. I keep reading it thinking it's the character and it's totally not. All right, so cool. I think that's good enough. Let's just get going. If we click him again, will he say anything? I mean, he did have the extra information about ice wolves if we were struggling against them. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's head back through. Hit up the map. And see if we're good enough to get the next piece of the Staff of Chaos right here, right now. It's here, the Labyrinthian. You guys, okay, so I mentioned this a few episodes ago. The Labyrinthian is in one of the later games, and its purpose in one of the later games is super different. But it is in the exact same place, like where we see it on the map here. That is really where it is in the later game, which is kind of cool, you know. So here it is, Labyrinthian. Stubborn grass and roots stand in the stiff Arctic climb, refusing to yield. Ahead of you stands the entrance to the Labyrinthian, testing ground of the Archmagus Shalador. Within its twisted paths lie the second piece of the Staff of Chaos. You know, all this just makes me feel more impressed by Jagar Tharn to get to these places, you know. So, yeah, and Shalador, I wonder whether it was going to be like Golthmog, and we were going to maybe see him in here somehow, or something like that. But we really don't. As I said, there's no real bosses. There is kind of a mini boss in this, I have to say, in this very dungeon, which we'll kind of get to see in a similar way to the spiders were a mini boss. I'm just gonna type lab there. So the Labyrinthian. Now this has got a really cool layout. I love it a lot. We seem to be a little bit laggy as we're in here, but hopefully that'll clear up in a second. So we get 3 doors and proceed along the center path first, the game says, for the clues to solving the secrets of the Labyrinthian await there. So you get 3 doors, a blood splatter on the ground in the beginning. And the map for this is really, really quite interesting. First, there is this here, door 2. We click it, it will open for us. Scratched into the ground is the word door 2. You got a middle door, and the flavor text didn't seem to change, or you got door 1, all right? And we can go through. Now, the game said to go down the center, so I will show you the center first. It says, this is the tale of 2 brothers who sought the secret of life. They ventured into this Labyrinthian, wary from war and strife. The first was Kanan the Elder, a strong and cunning man. He quested for riches and jewels, yet found fate had other plans. The second was Magress the Dim, and few knew what he was worth. They saw only the lumbering giant, not the child who was blessed at birth. Yeah, blessings bugged in this game. The few they told of their plans begged them to desist at their feet, but the brothers would test this puzzle of the north, for till then they had known no defeat. This is the tale of 2 brothers who failed the secret of life, forever held by 2 riddles which led to the prize, and wit as cunning and sharp as a knife. Alright, so, I don't actually remember what will happen when we get through here right now. We get a locked door though. I'm pretty sure if we run all the way around the side, this is just going to be a dead end over here. Right, that's just a dead end, a long way to a dead end, and it's the equivalent on the other side. So there is a door. It says, Magress the Dim, though he's a bore, holds the only key that unlocks this door. To find the riddle, you must first find the sun. Start your fateful search behind door number 1. So what's actually going on here, and if I hug against the wall, you can maybe see there's going to be another thing there. We actually have like a couple of locks to get through. So the center is the way forward. The end of the dungeon's like right there. But we don't get to play with that just yet. We're going to have to go through the other doors. So door number 1 is going to be our original one. We get the nice riddle. Like, what a fantastic opening to a dungeon here. Really? It's very, very, very good. I love stuff like this where you get a real sense of where you're going. You're not just wandering around in corridors forever. There's a spider now. But you are, you know, you're seeing what you're going for. So by the way, this episode, and going forward hopefully, I'm going to change my strikes. So far I've been mostly going neutral strikes. But if we do a thrust up, what that is extremely likely to land. But it does way less damage. It does -4 damage in exchange for a +10% chance to hit. The reverse is true for a slice down. If I slice like this, and this weapon really looks like it should be doing this, right? That's +4 damage, all right? Look at how hard it's been building our strength to get +6, right? We can get +4 just by doing this at the cost of a -10. So it's not too bad. It's telling me that I'm trying to pilfer because I accidentally clicked that. So it's not too bad. So yeah, we are going to hit up door number 1 first and see what we can find. Now, I believe there's a clever little trick we can do. Like, I think I should be able to one-shot the spiders now. No, not necessarily. I mean, if we do miss a lot, I might stop doing it. We might want to get our agility higher. I might be jumping the gun a little bit. What we want to do here is, like, hug some of the walls. Because if we do so, we might just be able to spy the exit, like, real soon. And this is another one of those dungeons where Passwall is pretty good. I did want to talk a bit about Passwall because I'm wondering whether some of you guys will think it's like overly cheesy. I do want to be very clear that Bethesda knew Passwall was in the game. I don't like that actually for now. I'm not going to do that. While we're lagging, it seems really hard to execute fast strikes with that. So I'd rather not do it that way. The devs did know about Passwall, and there are certain things in this exact dungeon where you won't be able to use it, okay? Like, there are certain walls you can't get through, like that red room in the previous video. Right, so here it is. Check it out. Right behind there, you could just Passwall and you'd get through. I'm not going to. I will show you guys the actual way. But now that we have a sense of where the blue orb is, we'll kind of get a better idea. Now, we finally get friggin' places that we can hide and camp, which is nice. Obviously, I only needed a tiny little bit of health there. But I really felt strained for these in the previous one. Tiling in the labyrinth. Let's do that. Let's drop down. So to get in there, to get behind that bit of the wall, we got to jump like this now. We just want to move basically south a ton and then arc back up in the other direction. They're only throwing spiders at us for now. But you remember the ice golems we had? There's another variety of golem in this dungeon that I'm very scared of. They're actually one of the hardest golems that you can fight. They're iron golems, which are kind of funny. A lot of these enemies do come up through many of the games. Iron golems? And they'll eventually be known by another name. The word is Atronach, right? We'll get there later. But the iron golems are only really, or iron Atronachs, are only in Arena and Daggerfall. The devs just stopped implementing them after that. So I think now we've arced all the way down and around. And now if we go north, We should be able to go through that red door there, which might be a hidden door. You never know. Also, I like how we just straight up cleared that friggin' trench. Just jumped right over it. Very nice. Take the spider out. Come on. And I'm guessing it's the one on the further right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So we get a door. And we go to the domain of Magress. Magress is like this little mini bossy type guy that I was talking about. So let's dip down here. I'll save and probably cut this one out here. All right, and so this is the floor where the iron golems will appear. This dungeon only has the 2 floors, just to be clear. But what's quite interesting is if you go through door 1, you're going to end up in one half of this floor, the eastern half. And if you go into door 2, you'll end up in the western half. It's like one floor that's split into 2 separate sections. And that's what you can't pass wall through. You're not allowed to go from section 1 to section 2. So what are we doing here? At the Hall of Magress, which is the right-hand bit, we're looking for a key. There is a key in here. It's a pretty big area where you can explore some lava lakes, jump on some little items for mediocre rewards. Yeah, I just saw that door opening there. See the spider? My God. He got destroyed, which is pretty good. So you could do all kinds of things. What I'm mostly going to do is head up towards the northeast, though, which is of thereabouts where I remember the key being. And we'll see what we can do. Hopefully not run into too many of these golems. Taking these ghouls out feels pretty good. I'm loving these like -13s we've got now. It really feels like they're not hitting us very often anymore. Pull on down here. Well, hold on. Okay, so if I want to go northeast, I've got to be a little bit careful about this, because if it starts zigzagging me all over the place into really weird directions, then that's not going to be too good, is it? In fact, yeah, I think I'm going to turn around, and I'll just try and come back through in this direction here. Moving up. There are riddles again, by the way. I hope that the way I'm doing the riddles, you guys are actually... You guys should... Oh, there's one! Oh, dear. Wait. Can I get up? Can I get up? Can I get up? Let me up! Okay, alright. We might be able to just cheese him now. I'm scared of my durability as well. Do you know that? Look at what a cool enemy he is, though. I mean, he looks super sci-fi to me. Alright, we're both in range now, I think. We're slogging it out. All I gotta do is just make sure he doesn't chunk my health too much. Yeah, he's hitting us hard. Okay, like that. And then we can potion of healing, potion of healing, potion of healing. Also, let's cast Ice Storm on him. Why not? There you go. That's what Ice Storm looks like. Didn't really seem to do too much, but we can knock him out. Am I actually getting impacts? Well, I can definitely hear it. He's just not. He doesn't splat blood or anything. Come on. Should we do vertical? Oh my God. Oh. That was close. So if you get, did you see that right? You see how we healed quite a good amount. If I healed a tiny amount and then he swung at me, we'd be in a pretty no-brainer situation right now, right? So come on, finish him off. Also, I did buy that light crystal, but... sorry, not light crystal, the light torque. But it's not actually really helping us in this dungeon since it's pretty bright anyway. Come on! Maybe, hold on, maybe this is not good enough. Maybe it's because my weapon is not of a high enough quality. And we needed to make sure that we had something of mithril at this point instead of just elven. I think that might be it. I think he might be immune to us. Seriously, he might be immune. In which case, I'm going to have to quickly nip back upstairs, find something in a shop somewhere, and then return with a new badass weapon that is actually of a mithril quality. I really think so, guys. So, damn, how do I get it? Well, we could just load the game. All right, I'll cut here. It won't take long. The invincible iron golems. Well, there you go. Demonstrated that mechanic, and I'll see you in a sec. Yeah, that's totally what I was doing. Demonstrating mechanics. All right, I'm back. Now, that was a bit of an adventure. I had to return to Hammerfell to find some kind of mithril weapon that I liked. What I really wanted to do was buy 2 weapons, because we're currently Elven, right? We've seen loads of Elven stuff. Above Elven is Dwarven. Dwarven does an extra 1 damage, and I kind of wanted to show you something Dwarven before we went on even further. But after Dwarven, it then goes Mithril, and so that's this here, okay? So let's check it out. I went with a Claymore, which is a greatsword, basically. A 2-handed, massive-ass weapon. We haven't seen those being used. I know that my guy's only wielding it in 1 hand right now, but this is 2-handed. You can't have a shield with this. For example, if I try to equip the buckler, it will go away. So, yeah, big, meaty, swingy weapon, and it's Mithril, so it's pretty good damage, and, well, it looks kind of the same, to be honest, as we swing it here. I am a little concerned. I had to kill so many spiders climbing out. Like, this was not, unlike the other place. It's kind of crazy. Mind you, I still have a bunch of potions. Never mind. I honestly thought that I'd worn, like, at least half my stock down, but I guess not. So, yes, I'm back in this cubbyhole. But this time, there is no golem, so I don't know. Where did we actually spawn the golem? It was somewhere near here, I'm sure of it, wasn't it? Oh, this is just a dead-end room. Oh, there he is. Oh, my... What? Wow, I wonder if he only triggers when you stand in the room or something. Right, we'll try this again, shall we? Maybe it was against him that I ended up drinking so many potions. I really kind of just want to get it just right so that I can hit him through the wall, but that at least isn't too possible. There you go. You know, you can now hear that it's actually hitting him, and you can see the damage coming in. He isn't swinging at me, actually. Nice. Maybe it's like the reach of the weapon. I wonder if that's really a thing in Arena. That'd be some very obscure stuff to find out there. But okay, so we can actually hit him now. Nice. There you go. Look at that death animation too. Beautiful. In fact, his body just stays standing there. Oh, that's so cool. What a cool type of enemy. And they don't really do them anymore. I bet it's because they look too sci-fi. Like, that's clearly like circuitry and wiring in there. That's not like steampunky cogs and stuff, which is kind of an aesthetic that this franchise ends up lingering with. They go pretty far with that. All right, okay, so there you go. That is an iron golem. And, well, we'll see whether we fight any more of them as we go through. I knew something was wrong before when we were just swinging away and it wasn't really playing any kind of decent hit sound. You know what, guys, as well? Only one ghoul really attacked me this time, where before I'd had two. A goblin! Oh, it's so cute! It's been a long time! Hello! We haven't seen you since the sewers. Speaking of which, by the way, we were talking about spawning a few times as these videos have gone along. There are basically different spawning patterns, too. This might be something interesting for you guys to find out. But, so, essentially, when you go into the sewers, for example, you can sometimes find, do I really want to use some durability from this, bashing that? I don't think so somehow. Let's instead just use our classic longsword. So, yeah, sometimes when you go in the prison, there'll be like tons of rats. Sometimes it will be like a lot more goblins. Oh man, getting the angle is like super annoying. Wow, it's not coming open. There we go. And I think the more times we do that, the more likely it might just delete stuff. So we found a bracelet, maybe for identifying later, could be fun. Do like the identification system. Probably don't want to be just wandering around with this sword though, so let's dip down. Grab this. I'm quite happy to be actually exploring like this, getting experience. Like an iron friggin' golem would give me so much XP. I'm really happy to kill him instead of just, you know, trying to pass wall and zip through. I mean, that's the thing. If you're gonna level by spamming Ogmas or something, then maybe, well, you wouldn't even necessarily level. There you go. Look, the lag is leaving when we get into the corner of the dungeon. This is such a dense place. Oh, he's a troll. Okay, hello. And he's regenerating, so I guess we have to spike his health down. He just literally teleported in front of us. Enemies can sometimes do that. They'll, like, TP out of nowhere. Right, do we want to go through this tunnel? I just want to keep going northeast, and I suppose we found the most northern border of the dungeon, so might be an idea. Let's try and take, like, a right. Let's take a right again, I guess. Left might have been smarter there, honestly, since I wanted to go east. But we'll see. And this is obviously west. Come on, that's the way out, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. I was spamming W on that, and it just wasn't letting me out. All right, where are we now? Ah, you see here? Yeah, maybe I should have gone the other way. Or maybe I can come down and into it. This little area here, you see that little bit of lava? I think that's the general area that I want to be. Oh, I can't go down. So maybe we go back into the tunnel. And try it from there. Or maybe we just go through this door. Let's try and go through that door. You might have detected this. I really don't like being in tunnels. Oh, that's not even a door. Neither's that. I feel like the map in Labyrinthian tricks me a lot. Oh no, we can go all the way around, I guess. All right, we go all the way around, back down here, and then straight left the first time we can where it's not going through a door. Like when I was leaving a minute ago to get this claymore, I swear to God, I love the word claymore, by the way. I feel like not enough games use the word claymore. I swear to God, the map was telling me there was an exit that there totally wasn't. And that would make sense for, like, the dungeon named after, whose namesake is being a labyrinth. Hold on, is this what we wanted? Oh, I guess it is, yeah. To have been, to be deceiving you on the map. Anyway, yeah, I don't really like being in those tunnels, and it's because of what I said back at the start with the waterways in the prison. it really is a bit nasty if enemies are up on the sides. They will just rip you to pieces. Maybe not so much at this point. Maybe we're getting a little bit stronger here, but it is a scary one. I don't want to look at the map every turn. But I'm trying to get up there, so I just wanted to make sure north seemed good. By the way, it might look like I know where I'm going right now. I'm really kind of just fumbling about. Ooh, there's a gap between two of these. I'm not going to die to full damage or anything, but I kind of want to just jump that. Because you might not be able to climb into this if you don't. Oh, you probably can't. Hey, look how clever that is. To get in this room, you have to make that jump. If you fail it, you're back down in the trench and you're probably screwed. And you've got to go back around where we were a minute ago. Hey! Oh my god, I almost fell in the lava. We might have had time to wade out, I don't know. Oh, and we get a riddle. I wasn't expecting that so soon. Okay, so, I am Brother Magress, the shade of this hall, cursed to its lengths, from beginning to end. Find me the answer, and a door will I call. Fail me but once, and your heart will I rend. More beautiful than the face of your god, yet more wicked than a daemon's forked tongue. Dead men eat it all the time. Live men who eat it die slow. So what is thy answer, mortal? So I do want to say, you guys can have a think about the riddle here. This one's really easy, I think. It's a very common riddle. It's just obviously phrased in a different way. They're using the word daemon there. What is the difference between a daemon and a demon? I do know that D-A-E will become a thing as we get through the games. But anyway, what I do want to do is deliberately get this wrong first. So you guys can have a think. Beautiful than the face of your god, more wicked than a daemon's forked tongue, dead men eat it all the time, live men who eat it die slow. What could that be? I think it's simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say... I'm not going to say the first thing that came to my head, this is so crass, was poo. I'm not joking. But we're much above that. I'm going to say water, all right? Maybe water is the answer, because, you know... If you eat water, you're supposed to drink water, not eat it, lol. Okay, so we hit the button, and it says, curse you fool, and now curse for a fool, and taste my wrath. Now, this is like the little mini-boss that I was talking about. Holy crap, our health. Did we almost get one shot? So, there is a guy to fight. Wait, what? It just threw a fireball at me. We should be able to fight the actual Magress. I don't think it has a unique model or anything like that. But yeah, maybe it just throws a fireball at me. I'm sure that there should be an NPC around. It's probably still spawned, so I'm not going to get it wrong twice in a row. What I'll do here is I'll do the actual answer, which of course is nothing. What's more beautiful than the face of your god? Nothing is more beautiful than whatever I believe in. More wicked than the daemon's forked tongue. More wicked than the devil, basically, but they didn't know, I guess, if they wanted to use the word devil. Nothing. Dead men eat it all the time. Dead men eat nothing. Live men who eat it will die slowly. If you eat nothing, you will die slowly. The answer, mortal, is nothing. I have been a fool, perhaps a mad wizard's tool, yet after untold ages, I am at last free. In the cell next to this lies your reward, the diamond key. I don't know whether we ever get anything more about this guy. I would love to. Dude, I can't find the mob. What's in this door? Oh, here we go, yeah. So, I can't find anything about him. But there's the diamond key, and you'll see it's not just a diamond key, it's got a nice little blue bit in the middle. The lock does not fear me, so I'm going to bash it and drain all our durability. We get a belt. It could be a better belt than our previous one, so I'm quite happy with that. You'll notice that in the pickup inventory dialogue, so now I can drop into this if I want, right? It's probably not quicker, though. Or maybe it is. Yeah, it probably is, actually. Let's drop in, and then we just go left, right? That's a big fall there. I think that's one of the bigger falls you can do in the game. What was I saying? I can't remember. Damn. The key is nice, and basically we're just gonna go, oh, no, this is a dead end. Oh, that's where we climbed down. So now there's a quick, oh, no, we'll just go north instead. We'll just branch through on the north, and we'll be fine. So with the key, we want to go north, and, oh, wow, we can't get out of this one? No, we totally can. This is where I was struggling before. Okay, good. And with that, we will be able to continue along into the next door. And I'll go and put the key in, and we'll see what we get out of it. Oh, yes, I remember what I was saying. I was talking about the mage, right? Whether we get any more lore about him over the games, whether we find out more about this character. I don't know, genuinely. Like I say, the Noob's Anthology, I'm not sure. So that'll be something we learn. If I do see anything about a character like that later, we'll know. We'll think back to this moment in Arena Well, we finally upgraded to Mithril. Okay, so, yeah, you guys don't have to watch this. I'll just see you at the door. There shouldn't be anything to fight. I just have to not be a dummy and navigate using simple map stuff. Apparently, there was some loot on the way. Gold and a talk. Whoa! Hello! Alright, they did. Oh, I didn't come this way. I messed it up. I said it was simple, and I messed up. Did it again, apparently. I guess there's kind of a thing here of wolves. I mean, here I could collect the... Oh, that's what I think I was saying. I was talking about the loot window. If you pick up loot, you won't necessarily know if it's magic or... like what quality metal it is. So that Wakizashi there, for example, I picked up. It might be heavy, but it also might be like an adamantium one, you know. It's not necessarily bad. I think that's what I interrupted myself saying. Or maybe it was all of them at once. But yeah, it feels like wolf packs guard these things. All right, nearly here now, so we can kind of keep going. But yeah, to me, it feels like iron golems really are kind of avoidable. If you're careful in that room and you don't go to the wrong place, you know, it really feels like it just spawns in that specific dead end or specific areas. And then you don't have to worry beyond that, but there you have it. So, right, let's place this key in and see what the next chamber looks like. Kind of already spoiled a little bit here. We open the door with a diamond key. Magress the Dim, though he's a bore, holds the only key to unlock this door. Why am I getting attacked? Oh, we got paralyzed. Paralyzed actually scares me because sometimes you can get totally frozen in place. Just like this. Come on, game. I don't know when I last saved. Okay, I drank 2 potions to get through that. Even though the effect was off of me, I had to actually double cast that potion to be able to escape. This is probably kind of inefficient because, you know, these spiders are just going to respawn when we leave the floor and then return again later. But if you see, we're now like in the central chamber. You go all the way around the middle and we have another locked door. Kanan the Wise holds more to be seen, a key and a riddle, and a test in between. To get past this portal, a feat done by few, search for the brother behind door number 2. Which we could pretty much anticipate and predict. Now, here's something really cool. I already like the layout of Labyrinthian a lot with this central area and then the sides and it's split in 2. Here's what's kind of cool. The next side that we go into is in some ways gonna kind of feel like a mirror image of the one we were already at. Remember the whole thing about Shalador's mirror? Yeah? Well, the next floor, you know how we were basically moving northwest to get the first key? We're going to be moving southeast to get this next one after this when we get back downstairs. Which is kind of cool. And it feels like the bit we already did behind door number 1 has lots of above ground areas, while this section is going to have a lot of below ground areas. Yeah. So I really like that. I think that's just very, very, very clever. And a nice little layout. So yeah, let me just get my bearings here and hopefully not get attacked by 1,000 more spiders. Probably a good time to save actually as well. Let's do that. So this time we'll just be moving like so. Could take that spider out. I just don't want to spend the durability here. What if we get more iron golems? I know. I'm a bit of a broken record about that right now. Oh, look at how easy that is. Look at how simple that was. Beautiful. That's even cleaner than the other one. All right, the domain of Kanan. And with the domain of Kanan done, we're pretty much short of the Labyrinthian. So we stand before the halls of Kanan. And if you look, you'll see that we're like really close to where we were before. And here, just to demonstrate, I'll save and reload. Should I do this, really? I was going to like try and dig through and show you guys the fact that you can't. Yeah, let's do it. I just saved. And what we'll do is we'll find the right area of the wall, like maybe here. And maybe we'll just pass wall along. In fact, hold on. This is east, isn't it? We can actually get really close. Is there a ledge over there we can walk along? I think that's a bit low, actually. If I can find regular ground again, it might be nice. But yeah, so this side is, as I said, is kind of full of tunnels, right? There's tunnels everywhere, all over the blinking place. So maybe we can come here. I'm kind of going in a bit of a weird direction here. Oh, wow, beautiful. We can hit the spiders from here. I'm surprised there's more spiders. Spiders feel like more of an upstairs thing than a downstairs thing here. As far as the dungeon's been so far, but there you have it. All right, so, yeah, I'll cut through here. We'll save in here, and I'm just going to pass wall, and I'll show you what it looks like if you try. No, I don't want to camp. Camping will likely just spawn some stuff if I'm not up in that alcove there. So tile in the labyrinth. 1, 2, 3. And, I mean, here you can actually see full-on tunneling as well, right? 1. We are going east. I was scared I was going the wrong way there. Failure, it says. And we try again. Failure. So, this, it won't let us through. There's no, like, special texture for it. But it won't let us through, right? So, that's, like, the thing. There's, like, this big wall that separates the 2 floors. And you know, you gotta like it or lump it. That's what you're stuck with. So, this time we're going to be heading a little bit more south. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I think we're back at the entrance here now. Yeah, we are. This is where we entered. So I'm just going to try and keep going down this time instead of up. We wanted southwest, and we found ourselves going northeast again. Whoa, we ended up falling pretty far there. I'm really keen to get out of this laggy-ass dungeon, to be honest with you. Like, it's really, really brutal. I guess the one thing about this floor is there's really not many enemies. Oh, we can climb here, I think. Oh, and I'm getting attacked. Okay, so, yeah, I'm not going to climb there. I don't even know what that was. And that concerns me greatly, so we'll just do that. And then maybe climb out at this angle. And then back up here. Yeah, because there's so many, like, half floors. Oh, no, we fell. Oh, that was probably really good to be there. I feel like if there's anything really complicated at any point, it was good to... oh, we found a small chest I'm not too concerned with. It was a good idea to actually make the jump, you know, if there was a tricky jump they were trying to get you to do. This feels okay, though. I mean, I'm worming south pretty fast here. This is pretty goddamn good. Oh, are we stuck in the wall now? Oh, come on, Arena. No! Yeah, all right, we're stuck in the wall. We can't move. I can't jump. Oh, I can jump out. Oh, my God, thank you. This game is scary, let me tell you. There's certain moments... Wait, are we here? We might be here. I just bum rushed that. To tell you the truth, I was going to maybe not talk as I ran down, and I was going to talk in post-commentary while we sped it up, but that might not even be possible. That might not even be necessary, sorry. So, well, what have we got here? Well, some kind of horrible ancient monster inside the cell. This is Kanan, who holds the secret of life. Not a mere cunning riddler, twixt ocean and fife. What does that mean? Twixt ocean and fife. Answer me this question, O foolish mortal from above, or join my eternal task, born of duty and of love. What exactly is born of love from this, huh? Maybe this is the guy where if you fail it, you get a little bit of a boss fight. I did not save before popping this, though, so I'm not going to try. We'll fight more of those later. So anyway, basically, here's the riddle. 2 bodies have I, though both joined in one. The more still I stand, the quicker I run. What is thy answer? Now, this one I actually find really hard. I don't know, just because I guess it's a bit of an obscure thing that they're talking about, as far as my life is concerned. If you want a hint, it's an object. It's not a person or a creature or anything like that. It's an object, all right? So 2 bodies have I, though both joined in one. The more still I stand, the quicker I run. It's an object. So what kind of objects run, you might think? I'll give you guys a second. Pause the video if you like. And here's another hint for you. It's an object that you, like me, might not have really had for a long time or used for a long time. But it makes me think of, like, early school. Like, I saw this object more frequently in my life when I was at school. I don't know why. And, like, particularly when very young school. All right, so here's the answer. It's an hourglass, right? That, like, sand will run through. Now, I know some of you are going to be... And please, feel free. Get in the comments. Tell me all about how you have one in your kitchen because you use it for timing how long it takes to boil an egg, right? Tell me all about that. I'm sure you do. But I'm pretty digital at this point, I have to say. And I haven't got an hourglass. To tell you the truth, I did. Like 5 years ago, I was doing a certain routine at the gym. And I used an hourglass. Well, not at the gym, or just for workouts at home. And I used an hourglass to time myself. And I might have used it on a standing desk as well. I might have had a really long one where it was like, okay, I want to spend 5 hours at this desk and I'm going to use this hourglass for it. Anyway, that's the answer, okay? And obviously, don't misspell it. It's not hour space glass or anything like that. It's just all at once. He says, so I'm free to fly the wind after an eternity of sickness and sin. As a reward for setting me free, the cell next to this holds your sapphire key. Except he's still just going to stand there. I kind of want to fight him, but again, I think he's going to be a pretty frequent enemy later. Yeah, there you go. That's really the riddle solved. I think the whole thing about what their story is between the two brothers. And who is Shalador then? Didn't it say that there were 4 brothers as well? Maybe they said there were only 2. Come on, give me the key. There you go. So we get a sapphire key now, which has got a really cool little shape. And, well, we're just going to move on. All right, we're back. Oh, my God, more spiders. I swear, this dungeon, okay, is just a test for how many potions of free action do you dare stack into a single dungeon. And guess what? It's actually really worthwhile and useful. It's basically what it is. Okay, so key number 2. Should we read the riddle again? Let's not. Oh, it still says I'm paralyzed, funnily, even though I'm totally not. That's very weird. Because we've already drank the potion. I guess just the text is kind of bugging a little bit here. Right, so the door stays open. Now, this is kind of cool. Usually, in Arena, to save memory, they clear, like, oh, God, there were spiders behind me, weren't there? Oh. Do you know what? For that, you guys get to eat Ice Storm. Yeah. Usually, in Arena, they will clear everything. But what you'll notice here is I came upstairs, used a key, came downstairs, came upstairs again. Like, I purged this map a couple of times, but it has remembered still that I used this key. So there's like some permanent flags. There is some sense of things not resetting, as much as that people would abuse stuff with loot. I would say, by the way, that some of these like memory issue things that we've talked about before, like spamming in and out to keep stacking loot on like corpses and stuff. Like at the palace, you can find corpses and you can get loads of loot from them. That was actually fixed in the anthology version. Seriously, the anthology version is the CD version, but with some slight changes, and I think that's one of them. Like, so there are actually some very contemporary little patches. You might say that I'm playing a 1994 game, but you could also say, maybe, that I'm playing, what was it, 2011 game the anthology came out? No, I think it was 2013 the anthology came out. It's also weird to think that this anthology box set will not be the anthology as soon as another one comes out. I mean, already if you include the MMO, it's not really the complete edition anymore. It's a weird thought, isn't it? All right, so here you have it. So one final riddle. I was thinking when I first played this that there'd be a staircase that takes us downstairs. We'd have a whole other floor or whatever. So it simply says, here lies the final portal, the doorway to life. What force and strength cannot get through, I, with a gentle touch, can do. And many in these twisted halls would stand, were I not, as a friend, at hand. So what's the answer? This one's very clever. I like this. And I'll give you... You guys can pause the video. It's a key, which is very clever because this dungeon has been about collecting keys, really, right? Force and strength can't get through a locked door, right? You might say the answer's lock. I don't know whether it would accept that as well. I, with a gentle touch, can. Well, no, it's not the lock, really, is it? It's the key we are talking about. And many in these twisted halls would stand, were I not as a friend at hand. See? So we do key. And it opens up. There is some kind of creature in here. Here we go. So, yeah, I thought we were going to fight one of these. But one of the brothers, I guess, that's mad at us. We don't get a body. I can't actually remember. We'll have to look at the manual exactly what that is. I think it's called a Wraith. And the second piece of the Staff of Chaos. The second piece burns brightly with cold fire as it touches the first piece. They meld together perfectly. And we get a level up. Very nice. 4 points. I'm pretty happy with that. Do we want to go back? Do we want to go to native +5? I think we got a choice. To +5 damage or +5 endurance today. I think we can do... Maybe I'll go the endurance for now. I don't mind a cut. Well, let's do it this way then. Yeah, let's do that. Nice. I'll probably do something a little bit more interesting this soon. One endurance is at 100, which, you know, 2 very efficient level ups. We'd be done with that. Then we get to start mixing strength and agility again, or maybe a bit of speed, maybe a bit more luck, stuff like that. Anyway, so I hit done, and that's 2 pieces of the Staff of Chaos. Very simple to get out of this, obviously. No enemies. But Jagar undoubtedly will not be happy. The question remains, what will he do after this? Jagar does usually pop up in some way or another, and we have the question of, well, where next will our adventure take us to? These will be answers for the next video. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy. I'll see you there.